preseason coaches poll came out yesterday. Steve, we could take 52 on the VO board.
Ooh.
Let's see the top 5.
What them Bucks at?
Alabama, 54 the first place votes. Ohio State comes in at number 2 with 5 first place votes. Georgia, number 3 with 6 first place votes. But the consensus, it's Buckeyes and Tide this year. But my question for you, we'll start with Tyvis. Should there be that much of a gap between Bama, the defending, they're not the defending champs, between Bama and Ohio State, who has the Heisman favorite in C.J. Stroud, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Travion Henderson, and all those guys who are going to be first-round picks?
Put the camera on me.
Uh-oh. The man means business.
Absolutely, there should be that big of a gap. Yes. Me as a former Buckeye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Straight up, yes. Why? Because when you watch Alabama, you don't question, their toughness. You don't question, whether it matters to them. After what Ohio State did in the team up north game, and even the first half of that Utah game, it was like that. So they have to come out there and prove to me that they ready to bang with these teams, because if you want to win it all, me being a guy who bang with these Alabamas, in them trenches, it's real. So you got to be able to show that this offseason that Coach Mick done put y'all through, you got to show that y'all are a tough team and y'all ready to run that ball and stop that run and be a physical team more than just a quote-unquote finesse team. But, yeah, with what you have returning, it's no reason that y'all shouldn't be in the title game. There is absolutely no reason that y'all can't win it all this year. So y'all just have to go out there and prove that y'all have become tougher and that defense is back to being silver bullet-esque. And you don't have to quite be the silver bullets. I'm not asking you to be the number 1 defense, but you got to be top 25 if you want to get this thing done in this league. So, yeah, second place, I'm cool with that. It gives them motivation to go out there and think that they haven't arrived. It gives them something to aim for. They still got to go up their mount. If anything, I wanted them to be 3 or 4, to be quite honest with you.
Wow. Just as a way of humbling them and keeping them.
Yeah, it's not a humbling thing. It's that you got work to do.
Right.
Like, if you come out there, you look at them preseason. I've been a player. You look at them preseason polls, and you number 1. It's like, oh man, we the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
But now you go out there and you 2, 3, 4. It's like, hold on, we got something to prove.
Right.
I want to play with that edge, and this team needs that edge.
But will that really affect Alabama that much when they see that? Do you think that they'll be
Alabama's used to it. They're used to it. Yeah, this isn't their first rodeo. Ohio State doesn't be the preseason number 1 all the time.
Right.
I think it's only happened after we won it that one year. That was the only time we were number 1 coming into the preseason. So it was always motivation to get to the top of the ranks.
Do you remember what the ranks looked like when you were playing? Like where you guys were assumed you'd be at?
Like I say, after we won,
what year was this? 2014.
2014, we were not preseason number 1. 2015, we were, because we had won the national championship.
Yeah.
So, to me, Tyvis, I commend you for doing that.
Hold on, G. One thing about me, I'm going to keep it 100 with you at all times. Even if it doesn't benefit me, I'm going to always tell you the truth.
Now, he could have went to the league in baseball, though, too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I remember that.
You seen the clip? Carlos already told you the swing is there. What you mean?
Nobody hits a slow pitch softball like you, my man.
Now he talked about it. I will give you credit for this. Ohio State's defense, and until y'all get y'all's defense together, you're not going nowhere. Because if you look at since 2014, you look at the winners of the BCS or college football playoff, and nobody on that list had under or over a top 25 defense. 2014 total defense, Ohio State was 19, still in the top 25. Alabama actually was third in 2015. 2016, Clemson was 8th. Alabama in 2017 was first. Clemson was 5th and 18. LSU was 31st in total defense. However, they had the number 1 total offense in the game. They had Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and every other great receiver known to man in LSU. So I'll give them a little reprieve for that. Then you get back to Georgia. Total defense is second. When you look at Ohio State, the problem that they have is the defense. 59th last year in total defense, 38 in scoring defense, and 96 in pass defense, giving up over 245 yards a game, and 100th in third down conversions. You can't beat Alabama. You can get away with that against Illinois. You can get away with that against teams like Wisconsin and Iowa. That's cool. But when you're trying to get to that college football playoff and you got to beat probably two SEC teams and a really great ACC team, you can't give up that amount of yards on the ground to talk about you want to be in the championship.
I don't watch a ton of college football. Here's my question, though. Is it fun knowing already preseason who's definitely going to be there at the very end and who, like, the fact that everyone knows that Alabama's going to be there?
Is it fun?
Yeah, is this?
It is. You know why? Because now, you see, when you go to Ohio State or the Alabamas or stuff, you're everybody's Super Bowl. So there is no week that you could come in there, oh, we got Illinois. No, Illinois coming there to ruin the season. That's the fun in it right there. Anytime you think that you're just going to walk past it, it's not going to happen. Somebody going to come in and get you them upset games.
This is why I like NIL. You know why NIL works? It's because Texas A&M at this point in time, no reason they should have the number one recruiting class. Not only do they have the number one recruiting class, they have the number one recruiting class of all time.
Okay.
Like they're unbelievable. Of all time. Now, NIL is trying to change the landscape of college football. Previously, you just knew when teams was cheating, right? Because all of a sudden they look around, you be like, how the hell is Ole Miss good?
Right.
How you got all these 5 stars, bro? And 1 year Bush Davis was North Carolina. Like,
you had to follow the money. It was so
like, hold on, North Carolina's good this year?
Yeah.
Damn, they beat the brakes off Miami. How they good? See, now, when you out and out start paying people, what people will realize is, so I can go to Ohio State. But if you go to Ohio State, there's a good chance you ain't going to play till your junior year. You may never play.
That's not true.
I got a guy, Breonte Dunn. You probably know him, right?
He was my roommate.
Okay, he was the coldest thing coming out of start
as a freshman, he was starting it. He was playing as a freshman. You know what happened? He started fumbling the ball.
He could have fumbled the ball every play at OU and got 3,500 a year.
Breonte is my roommate. Breonte was great coming out. He started fumbling the ball. Like, what they gonna do?
If you at O State, you catch a cold one day. They got 7, 8, 5 stars at receiver, 10 running backs, 96 offensive linemen, all of them on scholarship. And when you start paying people, guess what happened? Now you say, well, do I really need to go to Ohio State?
So now it'll disperse the talent.
This is a terrible analogy.
Listen,
this sounds a little bit like trickle-down economics, but I'm listening.
Sometimes it really never gets down to the level where we need
Mike,
to.
don't believe what he said.
Never gets down here to the Eastern Michigan branch.
It's not going to get to Eastern Michigan. Because if you're good enough, you're just going to go to a Big Ten school. It may just not be Ohio State.
Right.
I will say this, though. All jokes aside, when you look at Alabama, I think what the league needs to do, and we talked to Gene Smith about it, what will help that perception out is adding more people to the college football playoff. I thought Cincinnati did a good job. You need more teams like Cincinnati in there. And they when they played, they didn't get boat raced.
Well, they went against the SEC 2 years in a row. They was in it with Georgia 2 years ago. And they was in it with Alabama.
Now, I don't see too much difference between Ohio State at the skill positions. Where I think that what the defense is just Nick Saban. He don't give up much. Except the year that y'all gashed him with Zeke Elliott, I haven't seen him get embarrassed on the defensive end of the football field. So to me, I think Ohio State will make the college football playoff. I just don't know.
There's gonna be some furniture moving.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to win it. We'll see.
That's sad.
Why?
That's sad that you feel that way.
I can. What do you mean?
I mean, I can't say that you're wrong because of what we going off of previous year. Mm-hmm. But I just think listen, this is the thing. This story that Ohio State's going through, the book has already been written. It's literally the same story from 2014 when we actually won it all. The only difference is they got their starting quarterback. We didn't.
Now, I will say this, as we pivot to your second part. How do you get all these topics?
What you mean?
How Tyvus get all these topics? We doing.
G-Bush, you got to cater to your panel sometimes.
Tyvus just keep getting time. All right.
Wow. Wow. This is literally only like my third time.
I will give you this, though.
The Greek freak is still the greatest. I should have rephrased. Giannis is the best to ever do it at age 26. Now, argue with that.
Was that a callback? Was that a callback to a show from like 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I sat back and I thought about it and I said, how could I make this statement true?
Right.
the age of 26, going into their 27th year.
Ooh, okay.
Nobody's better than Giannis.
You
Very
can watch,
specific.
Argue with your uncle.
You can watch that on demand on YouTube. Shameless plug. Go back and watch that with Tyvis. I'm sure they will have the tag there. Just go ahead to it. Tyvis, Giannis.
Enjoy the
pull it
Farmers
up.
Insurance
Go ahead and take that
commercial that rolls before you have to watch it.
Now when we talk
This
about
next
this
topic, though, G. Bush, not Star Series Thunder, but this is exactly Tyvis related. Ohio State, we had to mention it, but ESPN
It's a very
released an article
Tyvis-centric
yesterday.
show.
It is a Tyvis-eccentric
Wow.
show. Yeah. Hey, listen, Tyvis is getting jobs left and right. We got to feed his
catering.
leave us all together.
What y'all in this?
Tyvis
catering.
Tyvis came in here like, oh no, this is a list of
For
my
anybody
demands.
who's just tuning in, Tyvis keeps getting new jobs and offers while we just sit here in these chairs. No.
This is not true.
We'll go into it later. We're going to go into it later and celebrate you. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Well,
Final take.
Final take.
Save it for
Final
take.
Final take.
So ESPN talent production rankings, Ohio State was named actually DBU, and they actually came in top 5 in 4 other position categories. Now, when you talk about the DBU situation, right? For me, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't say it.
A lot of DBs do go there. A lot of DBs do go to Ohio State. Y'all got a first round pick every year.
Okay.
I don't really see nobody that can really say that. If it was early 2000s, I would think Miami had it, right?
Okay, I respect that.
Miami was doing their thing, but I really can't hate. I'm trying to think of another school that I would put
it's
there.
either us, LSU, Florida, or Alabama.
Oh, hold on. Bring it back. Bring it back. Hold on. Bring that back. Bring that all the way back.
Ohio State, LSU, Florida, or Alabama.
He just had like a Columbo moment where he realized something.
LSU is close as hell.
Okay.
They close as hell. Okay. Do we know what they were ranked on this list?
Second.
Man, Patrick Peterson, Morris Claiborne.
That's a good catch, G.
Yeah.
Really good.
I mean,
you want to go? You want to go name for name? Because we can play that game.
The safeties, my goodness.
We can play that game.
Hey, G. Bush, I'm glad you're going here because we got some graphics that we're going to back up Tyvis.
You want to go that?
So,
come on now.
This is Ohio State since 2014. We named them DB. They have 8 first-round draft picks in 2014, 4 taken in the top 10.
Should have been 9.
No other program has more than 4 in that span. And just to give you some names, we mentioned Patrick Peterson, Grant Delpit for LSU. They just had Derek Stingley Jr. Let's take the next one, Steve.
Grant
These are some
Delpit, he's
notable
going to shine.
OSU DBs throughout the years.
Okay.
How about Denzel Ward?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Okudah?
Oh, sure.
Marshawn Lattimore?
Oh, yeah.
And some guy we never heard of.
How is this man?
Stiff.
Yes.
Rounding out
you know
that
what?
list.
We ain't even the last name on there. I mean,
He wants to. Can you save him that graphic as an NFT?
I already got it.
All right, good.
Yeah, I already got it. That's my. You know what? That actually was my last interception of college football.
Is that right?
It is.
Wow, he got it.
Yep, sure is. But 2 of those names on that list, like even take it post college, go NFL.
Yeah.
Top 10 in the top 10 corner in the league. 2 of them. 2 out of the team.
It is impressive.
Any other school can say that? What you got to say about that?
The Big 4.
If it's DBs and you're talking secondary, you did have.
We talk about secondary. We talk about secondary.
You had Honey Badger from LSU. Patrick
I
Peterson
forgot
at the same
about
time.
the Honey
Oh,
Badger.
yeah.
Let's see.
We going first round. We gonna start. It started with Bradley Roby.
Hold on.
Boom. After Bradley Roby, it went Eli Apple. Then it went Garyon Conley. Malik Hooker went first round. Marshawn went first round. Damian Arnett went first round. Okudah went first round. Man, this is sick.
How is the Honey Badger these days?
He's with the Saints now. He
Is he?
just
All right,
signed
good.
with
I'm
the
glad
Saints.
to hear he's still hanging in
there.
there.
He's doing well for himself.
Now here's
He's
the
the
crazy.
highest-rated safety in Madden this year.
All right, here,
wow. Cool.
We got to take a look at this. They have top 10. They have a lot of top 10 draft picks. Well, let me see if they give me a list of these because I ain't got no time to. Okay, here we go. Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu, Jamal Adams, Tre'Davious White, Morris Claiborne, Eric Reed, Dante Jackson, Jalen Collins, Jalen Mills, Greedy Williams,
Gonna be a stud. It's gonna happen.
I mean, look, I don't know nothing. These dudes undrafted.
All right, that's a pretty nice list.
That's a decent
list.
That's a very nice list.
That is a decent list.
And plus, they got what's the kid from this year? You know who I'm talking about.
I do not.
The kid from
They just got drafted.
Stingley.
Derek Stingley.
Yeah.
3rd overall pick.
What you mean? Jeff Okudah went 3rd overall 2 years ago.
But we ain't seen Okudah.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
We ain't seen him.
Hey Jeff, it's time, bro. This one of them make it or break it.
Oh my goodness, you
got to do something,
man, homie. 2 years ago,
for
you
sure,
was a man.
He was
homie.
hurt. He been hurt for 2 years though.
Hey, I will say this.
Are you guys arguing or agreeing right now?
No.
I'm having a hard time.
It's both.
Okay, it's both. All right, just making
But
sure.
let's not act like when they get to the league, everybody balling. Because there's a Eli Apple.
Eli Apple had the best season ever last year. So you talking about the guy that went to the Super Bowl
That
last
was
year?
1 year. That was one Dundee.
Some people can't say that.
Now, what's old boy?
Just 1 year in the
what's
Super
the-
Bowl.
for the Raiders? What's his name?
Damian Arnett?
Yeah.
Oh, he going through some things right now.
He going through a couple things.
We got to reach out. We got to really put an arm around him because it's just not right.
I don't understand. Like he
What's
was
the
not
dish?
like that.
What's the dish?
He just got arrested for the second time in 6 months. He got caught with some powder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
We got to really
That's
put
bad.
an arm around him. It's not good.
I will say this, and the most impressive thing about Ohio State is this: is the top 5 people that they got. You really could call Ohio State defensive end, right? Like if you think about it, like
3 names off the top: Chase, Nick, and Joey.
back to back to back. Then you got Will Smith.
Yeah, Will.
Vernon Golston was a monster back then too.
He went first round.